and welcome to Space Doc Jury Minisode, which is another Minisode, which is just in case our other Minisode didn't go through very well or Andy didn't get transported back in time for a full episode. Shouldn't really pull back the curtain like that, should I?
It's the just in case Minisode.
Yeah, it's the
oh shit, we've got nothing Minisode.
Yeah, it's the project. Yeah, it's the sub project B back down the back of the sofa episode. So
it's the pull it out of our ass Minisode.
and what are we pulling out of our ass today, Pete?
Space pirates. Nah.
Space pirates. We're not going to just talk about the children's TV show from like 2010.
Because that's going to have a very limited appeal, isn't it?
I think it would have a very limited appeal.
But it will be the tune that we use. That's written in law.
So it is written, and so it will be for sure. No, I mean I was gonna basically space pirates, and essentially space pirates in terms of people who are on the outside of the law. We did a minisode a while back, which was the lawmen. Now we're going to do those anti-heroes that sit right on the edge of what's legal and what's not. Sometimes not doing anything legal, but not going as far as to turn around and literally wage war on whole planets. You know, people who are just trying to get by with, their skills and charm and lots of weaponry. So pirates, space pirates, people who are raiding, robbers, not
robbers, yes, bandits of not the high seas, but the space lanes.
Yes, exactly, of the subspace waves or whatever the hell we can think of. Anyway, so we've got a few listed down here for a little bit of discussion. And do you want to go first, or shall I go first?
I don't mind. I'm quite happy to go first if you like.
By all means. Away you go.
Well, always going back to my touchstone of Doctor Who, we've got quite a few, actually.
Yeah, okay.
There's a Patrick Troughton story called The Space Pirates.
Well, that's a good start.
Well, you'd think so, but it's unfortunately lost. It's one of the many stories that were deleted by the idiots at the BBC because they wanted to reuse their videotape, and so they recorded over it effectively, and then realised that a bit later on that they could actually be selling these stories on DVD and earning money. But never mind. So I can't really comment on that one. It exists in audio form, and apparently it doesn't sound very good.
Oh.
Well, if it doesn't sound very good, can you imagine how bad it's going to look? But there we are.
It'll probably be all animated.
They may well release it eventually in an animated form because they're currently doing that over a long period of time. We do have The Pirate Planet, which is part of the Key to Time season in Tom Baker's run of Doctor Who.
The Pirate Planet.
And written by one Douglas Adams.
Wow. I wonder if he'll go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's definitely a sort of him trying things out type of thing. It's okay, but it's not the greatest Doctor Who story ever. But it has its moments. But it comes complete with a pirate space captain and a robotic space parrot.
Oh, right. Okay. So
which has a duel with K9 at one point.
Oh, good Lord! So we're talking proper. Our gym lad pirate.
Pretty much. I mean, he may as well have been played by Brian Blessed. It's unfortunate they didn't pull that one out.
Okay.
But yes, imagine that.
I mean, I guess one question is before we go any further is what do you think classes as a space pirate?
Okay, so this is my technical definition here. It's basically anybody who raids the space lanes in order to capture property, ships, or booty generally. So it's somebody is effectively like a pirate on the seven seas, but in space.
Okay, and let's never use the word booty in this episode again. It has different connotations now than what we thought when we used to listen to things about pirates on the high seas. If someone is now grabbing some booty now, we're not... I'll tell you what. I'll just pause this. I'll let you Google it.
There will now be a short intermission.
Caution out,
are you doing with that search?
Right, I'm going for images against my better judgment. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody with a phone in their butt. That's bizarre. Nope. Thankfully, and I'm not going to scroll too far down, but thankfully, no, it's not as bad as you would imagine, I suspect.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, it's not quite Slanesh Watch, but I think I think going forward we should try and avoid, if possible, mentions of booty in.
But booty and pirates go together, like, you know, pirates in the sea and pirates and parrots. You know.
Okay, if you're happy with it, I'm happy with it. That's cool.
Good.
Okay, we can
Booty.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Booty. I'll tell you what. So go on. You had another Doctor Who one before I interrupted you.
I did. Yeah, it's Enlightenment, which is a Peter Davison story, where literally, bizarrely, they're sailing ships in space for reasons.
Okay.
It's to do with the immortals that have all this immense power, and they're racing them all. And one of them is effectively a pirate, and is played by, and I can't remember her name now, but she did an awful lot of children's TV, and it shows.
Fluella Bendrune.
No, it was Nurse Gladys Emanuel from Open All Hours.
Oh,
remember Open All Hours?
Oh God, yeah. She was Auntie Mabel with Pip and the
right.
dog.
Yes, that's it for the children's TV fans of our generation. Yes, same person. It's very hard to take her seriously as a pirate captain, as you would imagine.
Yeah. That's a bit like seeing your mum just wander in with an AK-47 saying, "I'm off to join ISIS, ladies. See you later."
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yes, I'm just strolling back out with war paint all over her face. And a flask of tea.
It works as well as you would imagine. And she's supported by her number one is it's not Lamal, but it's somebody like that who from the 80s. It was his one acting job and he was useless.
Pat Sharp.
It wasn't Pat Sharp, but he looked very much like Pat Sharp. Yeah.
Oh God.
I can't remember his name now, and I'm quite Lee Johns.
No,
Lee spelt with 3 E's, if I remember rightly.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes.
No idea. I'm quite glad I don't have a clue, actually. I feel quite good. But I tell you what, I've got one for Doctor Who that I was feeling quite proud of myself when I realised what this was. Because I used to read the Marvel comics, the Marvel Transformers comics, and then there was this kind of, and also the Death's Head comics, which were kind of bled over from Transformers. But there was also, in those Marvel comics, there was a reprint of a Doctor Who spin-off called Absalom Dack.
Oh, Dalek Killer, yes.
Yeah. He was an ex-convict, pirate, mercenary, hired by Time Lords to destroy Daleks. He was a pirate, technically.
A very specific sort of pirate, but yes.
Well, he was a pirate before he got caught, basically. He was a pirate, got caught, and then when he got out, the Time Lords hired him to, because he had he was proper Jim lad, walk the main breeze. I'm going to cut your face off with a chainsaw.
Did he have an eye patch? I
can't remember if he. I can't remember if he did, but I know
to Google.
Yeah.
Back, and there's lots of A's in it, isn't it?
Yeah, ABSLOMDAAK.
No eye patch, but he does have a goatee. So
but he was
almost qualifies him.
He was also drawn for a while. He was drawn by Steve Dillon. He didn't have a goatee then. Yes. He was drawn by Steve Dillon, and he looked kind of like almost like he should have been in like Strontium Dog.
Yeah,
he had that kind of.
He's more 2000 AD than Doctor Who, isn't he? But he's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, Lee John was in Imagination. Do you remember that?
Oh God, yes, I remember.
His body talk. Body talk.
Yeah. The Absalom Dack with the goatee was much later on.
Right. He didn't have that originally, did he? No, looking at the images.
No, and he was. Yeah, never mind. But I just remember him having a chainsaw sword. I always remember that. That was pretty cool.
All the better to chop up Daleks with.
And also, interestingly, he seemed to. I don't know if he was genuinely a direct influence, or whether or not he influenced it, because I don't know how the timeline worked out. But there was a video game for a Star Wars video game called Jedi Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially it had Morgan Katan or Kyle Katarn, who was kind of like a goatee bearded, big shoulder padded kind of pseudo Jedi. He wasn't quite a Jedi, but he was out avenging his father. But I think he was a pirate, and he had the same sort of thing. He had that kind of sort of 80s floppy hair and goatee beard, the Riker beard, which seemed to be doing all the rounds. But yeah, Kyle Katarn, not Morgan Katarn, because that was his father. But yeah, he was a pirate. But Star Wars, obviously, full of pirates, up to its neck in pirates. I mean, I can't think of any one pirate off the top of my head. I'm sure there is one.
Yeah, it might be one. Drove a very fast spaceship, didn't he?
Yeah.
Name escapes me. Had a dog, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that. I mean, the one we covered not too long ago, actually, not too long ago in the actual main cast, Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yes.
And Spike Spiegel, and he was a bit of a pirate, but in that sort of roguish kind of, does anything he can to just earn a bit of cash and get away, rather than jumping ships and just. He was more like a Mal Reynolds kind of.
Mal Reynolds not a sort of cut your throat and steal your goodies type of pirate, but rather a bit of a.
Yeah, Chancer, a bit of a rogue.
Yes, I think there are degrees of pirate, aren't there? And yes,
yeah. I mean, because that's the other thing, isn't it? There are those. There's the villainous pirates that you get, which are the kind of like, once they board your ship, the story is more told from the victim's point of view than it is, the hero. They're not the heroes, but then you got the anti-hero pirates like your Spike Spiegels and your Mal Reynolds. I mean, Mal Reynolds is obviously the big one that I can think of.
Definitely the biggest one, yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of another one.
No.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there's the Ice Pirates.
Oh, my God. Robert Ulrich, Ice Pirates. My word.
And it's just so painful to watch.
I haven't seen that film in about 20, 30 years, I think.
Right, put it on the docket.
Yeah.
For Black Dog.
Yeah.
Because really it's a wonder and a joy, and oh my gosh, how did they get away with that in those days?
Yeah, I remember the space herpes. and I also remember one of the robots had a sort of errant bolt that was between its legs, and it kept twiddling the bolt between its legs. And one of the guys goes past and says, "Stop playing with that. You bad things happen if you keep playing with it." And it does, and then basically its legs fall off and it falls apart.
Yeah,
yeah.
But a very early role for Ron Perlman, of course.
What, the bolt or the?
No.
Oh dear. Okay, well, I'll tell you what about going over to Star Trek? What about Harry Mudd? How does he count?
Yes, he was kind of a pirate, wasn't he? And yes, he apparently is going to be in the new series as well.
Yeah,
we're looking forward to that.
Do you think we might do a mini series of that as it gets released on Netflix?
We'll see. We'll certainly do at least one, won't we, where we're giving our impressions of the first episode, but where we go from there, I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. I was going to say, because otherwise it might end up on the broadcast, I guess.
It might do, but it's looking less and less likely the more and more I see it.
Oh, right, fair enough. Okay.
I mean, it's mainly the design work I'm kicking against. But anyway, that's a whole different story for another time.
Yes, another Minisode. If Andy's not back for a fourth week.
Yeah, definitely we'll be resorting to what I don't like about the look of Discovery.
Yeah. Go on then. So we
also have pirates in Battle Beyond the Stars.
Yes, we do. I mean, it is a remake of of the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
So we do have conmen, swindlers. I think
Hannibal Smith is being it's not Hannibal Smith, is it? But
yeah, George Peppard.
Yeah, George Peppard is being attacked by space pirates when he's rescued by our titular hero.
Yes. Yes. Well, less said about that, the better, I think. Because
Speaking of less said, the better. Alien Resurrection also features space pirates as well.
Oh yes, the crew.
The Betty crew are basically pirates.
Yeah, but don't start me on that, because that goes into a whole thing about the Joss
You're
Whedon.
entering a world of pain.
Yeah, but it's the Joss Whedon. It's not really a bad film. This was my prototype for Firefly, the crew, the Betty.
A world of pain.
Yes, you go there. You're playing with fire, my friends. You're playing with fire. I'll just reel it back in. I mean, there are a lot of these kind of suave, swaggering, kind of coolio kind of.
Yeah, and they're never the
pirates.
best sort of pirates, because we all know that pirates were a disreputable bunch that smelt and, are generally not actually good people to hang out with. And one of the few sci-fi things that gets pirates right, I think, is, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy with Yondu and his crew, because they are literally space pirates.
Yes.
And you really don't want to be hanging out with those guys because they're dangerous to know. Yeah,
exactly. And they're loyal to no one, effectively, especially when as you find out with Taserface.
Taserface!
What were all the good names taken? Yeah, I mean that is true. And then as soon as they all turn on each other and immediately start throwing each other out of airlocks and stuff. Just
the curious thing about that film, as in the second one, is that I ended up seeing it 3 times at the cinema, and every time I saw it, it got better and better. So I'm so looking forward to it coming out on Blu-ray, because
it won't be long actually.
Yeah, I think it's next month.
There you go. Yeah. Sticking with the Marvel universe for a second, then, because obviously Guardians of the Galaxy, Yondu, and the Ravengers. I mean, you've also got in the X-Men series.
Oh yeah,
because during the Chris
Claremont.
No, Claremont. Yeah, that's it. Chris Claremont sort of era. When you had like the Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, the classic era.
Yeah, you did have a whole sequence of the X-Men basically going into space for no real reason whatsoever.
Because it's cool.
Because it was cool. Because of Star Wars and shit. And it spawned an actual series by itself. But was the Starjammers. Euphemism.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah.
Oh, do I want to Google this?
No, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, no, they're fine. Starjammers. Yeah.
Jamming. Oh my gosh, what a weird bunch they look like.
Yeah,
they look. It's very Guardians of the Galaxy, isn't it?
It is. It's very.
I mean, swap out Groot for a big fish man.
Yep, that's right. I mean, they did have a membership that kind of cycled around even to various members of the X-Men, but they were basically a bunch of space pirates.
Nah. Sorry, I really can't.
Yeah, I know. We will have to do that. They were all part of they were sort of fighting against the Shi'ar Empire.
Fucking hell!
What?
There's one character that he's a woman who's scantily clad, which it was the 80s. She has a tail.
Yeah. Oh, come on! In the X-Men universe, a tail is quite low stakes. I mean, really.
Yeah, but it just looks like she's shitting it out. It's very unfortunate.
Oh, I never said the art was any good.
Link now.
Oh God! I'm almost afraid to look.
Well, Save Search is still on from when you told me to look into Booty.
Oh yes, I know who you're talking about. Yes,
but yes, it's a bit unfortunate, isn't it?
Yes, just a touch. But yeah.
I'll have what she's eaten.
Yeah, but Starjammers, they were kind of like not. I wouldn't say proto Guardians because they came out after Guardians. But they did do that whole cashing in on the Star Wars thing. Racing around the universe, being a bit
They look really, really shit. It has to be said.
I'll be honest with you. Yes, they weren't good. Not by a long stretch. I mean, I think I went through a tiny phase of.
I mean, if the Marvel movie universe ends up doing Starjammers, they are scraping the bottom of the barrel by the looks of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, there's a kind of a version of the Starjammers, but I think they're more like the original Guardians, and they turn up in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. They are the sort of like Sylvester Stallone, Michelle Yeoh, Michael Rosenbaum, and they are like the old school sort of before the makeover Marvel star, sort of Guardians of the Galaxy Starjammer kind of characters.
Yeah.
So we have them to look forward to once everyone's prices go up.
Yes,
after
the
Infinity
contracts
War.
are run out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, moving on a little bit, there's also in the in the Transformers universe with the Marvel kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do have a Transformer pirate or a bunch of pirates called Thundertron.
What?
Thundertron.
Thundertron.
Yeah. Not Thundercat, Thundertron from Transformers Exiles and Transformers Retribution. And in this 20...
What the... It's a wolf with helicopter blades or something?
Yep. That's the Transformers Prime version. From the CGI cartoon. But yeah.
Oh, there's even one that's got like a wooden leg and he's resting on a treasure chest just to underline the whole pirate theme.
Yep, that's
the
one.
We need the Llama God stats to give us the gen on this, but oh my.
Yeah, there you go. And obviously because it was in novels, you never really got to hear it, but I would imagine that
there are plenty of toys.
Yes, there are plenty of toys, and
he has a beard, obviously.
Obviously. I mean, if he isn't going R. Yeah, Thundertron.
I mean, the robot form isn't too bad, but it's basically a line with wings, and it doesn't look right at all.
Yeah, well, if you go down to the, I think it's the red version. There's a red version. If you go to unicron.com, I think I'll grab the image and I'll send it to you. But the red version I think is the one that's kind of based on the,
Thundertron.
I mean,
that's just a cliched sounding Transformer name, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Well, let's be honest. Most
light up battle sword.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But so it was the 2014 storyline for BotCon, which sounds a bit. Yeah,
you had to go at me for booty.
Yeah, exactly. BotCon.
BotCon,
briefly known as the official Transformers Collectors Convention. So they actually had
briefly, and then they realised that was a very embarrassing name.
Yeah, well,
are you going to BotCon? No, I caught awful diseases last time I went.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I had a BotCon once, and
I don't like it up them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was a bit too spicy. Went right through me. So, yeah.
Right. Well, can I rein this in with some Star Trek now?
Go on in.
Because Star Trek. Gene Roddenberry always said he wasn't going to do space pirates.
No.
So as soon as he died, what did they do?
Space pirates.
So we have the Next Generation episode Gambit.
Yes.
Where basically it features space pirates in a very big way, and Picard has to go undercover and pretend to be one of the space pirates.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, oh, yes. Which is quite a nice story and just goes to show that Gene Roddenberry didn't know shit in many ways.
Yep.
You got the Orion Syndicate, who are technically space pirates.
Yeah, yep, that's right. And they also appear in Star Trek Into Darkness, believe it or not.
Yeah, well, I shall take your word for it because I am never, ever watching that.
No, it's a wise choice. A wise choice. Well, actually, it's more just the Orions.
And arguably, Ferengi are ultimately kind of pirates because, they're out to nick people's riches. So
Yep, absolutely. But also, now I had one for Star Trek as well. Oh, God. What about those guys who are trying to steal the Enterprise during the Baryon sweep in Starship Mine?
Well, they're claiming that's for political reasons, although ultimately it does turn out to be financial reasons. But yeah.
Yeah, Die Hard on the Enterprise, basically.
It is Die Hard on the Enterprise, and you could argue, yes, they are pirates because they're trying to steal the ship. So yeah, I'd buy that.
And also, just like Die Hard, they claim to be political, but actually, really, they're just after the money or after the spaceship.
Yes, it does follow the model very carefully.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, just slowly working along the ship. I always remember Starship Mine really fondly, but I've only watched it once.
It's a fun enough story, but it really does stick out like a sore thumb. It's like suddenly Picard is John McClane. It's like, hang on,
yeah.
How old is Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, but this was during his kind of like bulking out for his muscular moment in was it First Contact, wasn't it?
Well, as the series goes on, more and more he demanded A, to have more action scenes, and B, to get off with more women. And it was like, yeah, that I think you're confusing yourself with William Shatner.
Yeah, and I saw everything, and there she was on the grass, and I completely naked. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would class them as pirates. What else? I mean, I'm sure there were other.
Babylon 5 had pirates. They were called raiders, and they were the initial bad guys, and they were really crap.
Yeah, because they had
kind of just making time until they brought in the actual bad guys, basically. But yeah.
Well, yeah, they were shit pirates because basically they just flew around in these little triangle ships that couldn't maneuver like the Thunderbolts and the was it Star Furies could. So just got the shit shot out of them. I couldn't ever imagine them being particularly threatening in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I was going to say, what's the other one? While we're at it, I mean,
there are pirates in The Expanse, apparently.
Yes.
I kind of missed that reference, but there we are. Just discovered that by googling it.
No, that is. Well, the books that I've read, they kind of referred to, and people who. What they do is, and they're nicking
the ice, aren't they?
Yeah, they nick the ice, and they are proper evil pirates. I mean, you get the kind of post-pirate attack right in the first opening episode or the first opening chapter of the book if you read Leviathan Wakes, where basically the person who will later become of interest to the other characters, she's essentially hiding in this storeroom, listening to pirates basically raid and pillage the ship, and then end up sort of once they've got everything they want, they just throw the entire crew out into space. So they're proper hardcore pirates. They don't want any. They don't want any witnesses, and they're not going to hang around. So they just raid this ship, take everyone, take everything they want, and then just throw what they don't want out into space.
And when are we going to get the second series of that as well? Because Netflix has been advertising it for a long time now, and it still hasn't.
Yeah, I don't know if Sci-Fi's kind of sitting on it because Sci-Fi's supposed to be showing it, and I don't know. There's something going on there. I mean, just while we're on just before we get too far away from Star Trek, the Pirates of Orion, did actually feature in the Star Trek animated series.
They did indeed, yes.
Yes. I've been watching some classic Star Trek, and I really am enjoying it a whole lot more than watching more modern Trek, I'm finding. But, yeah, we'll talk about that another day as well.
We will. I mean, early original series Star Trek is good. Once you hit about halfway through the second series, anyway.
It all goes wrong. Just going off the beaten path for a second, in terms of, like, for example, video games. Again, another area which I know that you're very well versed in.
I'm in with the kids on that. Yeah,
you are.
On the pulse.
Yeah. One of the key elements of the video game Elite.
Yes, I know about Elite.
Yeah, well, you see, one of the jobs you can take, one of the jobs you can just randomly engage in is a bit of piracy yourself. So you, the player, can just decide. You know what? Actually,
easy credits, although you may end up in trouble with the law, of course.
Exactly, who we didn't include in the bloody Space Police thing in the last minisode.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, bums. Never mind.
we did go on for long enough in that one.
I am pretty sure, yeah. But but the idea that you can be a pirate or you can be attacked by pirates because of the cargo that you have on your ship. Very, very obvious. And the other thing is also in terms of gameplay, you could actually jettison your cargo and distract them. They would go off and get your cargo and leave you alone. So you can drop the money and run.
Yep.
But,
Ace Trucking featured a pirate, Captain Evil Blood.
Yes, of course.
That's an original name, isn't it?
Well, if you're going to do that, yeah. I was going to say you can't get much original out of Space Truckers from Ace Trucking. Yeah, Captain Evil Blood. I didn't remind me again. Didn't he look like Ace? If I remember rightly.
I can't remember. I'm googling the hell out of it now.
I thought he.
No, he's got a much bigger nose and a big Y on his cap for some reason.
Yeah, I always remember there was a whole thing that Ace did a whole thing where he basically pretended. He
managed to copy himself at one point, didn't he? And that joke went on for way, way too long.
Yeah, definitely. What else? The other pirates. I'd say think. I mean, forgetting the space pirates for a second again. Obviously there's the Disney Treasure Planet. Did you ever see that?
No.
Okay. Basically, imagine Treasure Island, but instead of the ships going on the sea, they went in space. They would have.
Yes. Didn't that tank really badly?
Yes, terribly. It was really bad. Yeah, but nevertheless, I think if you're talking about literally taking pirates and just going, they're in space. Here's an actual ship that looks like a pirate ship, and it's in space. There you go. Jobs are good. But sticking with video games as well for a second, which I know you love. We the main villains in the Metroid series of video games were space pirates.
Yeah.
And Metroid being quite a big series. And also, that series that Andy likes, the iWar series, Independence War? The villains there were essentially pirates and terrorists that were essentially, sort of raiding space lanes that you, as the player, were trying to keep clear. So there you go. So there's that. Anything else? Any other pirates? I mean, there's loads of sort of like little ones, but they all tend to be sort of off the back of all sorts of sort of the same kind of character. Like I say, the Mal Reynolds, Talon Card from the bloody Timothy Zahn Thrawn books.
Oh yes, because he's the most known space pirate in the Star Wars.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was. Yeah, I knew there was a Star Wars one, but there was who else? Oh, there was Hondo as well from the Clone Wars and Rebels series as well. The Weequay race that's in Return of the Jedi. Basically imagine that, but he speaks like this. Hello, my friends, and he's a bit of a wheeler dealer, more of an Arthur Daly than a space pirate, to be honest. But
Del Boy.
A bit more of a Del Boy. And looking down here, and I don't know how you feel about this, but listed down in
right down with the booty.
Yeah, listed. Don't stop it. Listed down in terms of actual space pirates. Now, there's a couple here, and I'm not entirely sure I agree. The first one, John Crichton from Farscape.
Eh?
Yeah.
Is he an astronaut?
Yeah, he is an astronaut, but because he's pursued. Well, because he's pursued by the evil Scorpus and the actual Peacekeeper army, and they're literally running from one place to the other, earning cash as they go and trying to stay alive. They're effectively classed as pirates.
There were some awful space pirates in Blake 7.
Oh God!
In the story Assassin, but they were just horribly racist and terrible. So we won't dwell on them.
Well, I tell you what. Here's another one that I'm not entirely sure I agree with because I don't have enough reference. So I'm hoping you might be able to help me out here. It listed down under pirates space on Wiki is the Dark Eldar from Warhammer 40k.
Yes, actually, yes. Some of them are seen as space pirates because they do raid over people's ships. So yes,
right.
So what's pirates amongst their number? Yes.
So what was the deal with them then? What were they? what are the Dark Eldar effectively?
Okay, well, Dark Eldar are like Dark Elves, but in the future, because wow, imaginative. And
Nice.
whereas some of them are sort of militarized, and there are like witches and witch cults and things. There are another group of them that just go out and they try and sort of steal riches, and they're all about sort of pleasures of flesh and stuff like that. So,
right. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Here's another one, and this one I did remember as soon as I saw it, but I needed to be reminded. But this one's a bit of a technicality, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the film The Martian?
Yes.
Yes. Did you ever read the book?
No.
Right. Okay. Well, in the book, there's one scene where basically just before the end escape, shall we say, Mark Watney. Yeah, spoiler. Mark Watney notes.
Watney's Red Planet, yeah.
Yeah, Watney's Red Planet, yeah. Nice, lovely beer.
No, it wasn't.
Watney notes with some glee that his plan to commandeer the NASA lander without explicit permission as a part of the rescue from being stranded on Mars, under the interpretation of applicable laws, means that he's history's first space pirate. Yeah.
He does make that comment, doesn't he, in the film?
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, so hijacking a vessel without permission in international waters makes him by definition a pirate.
And he's grown a beard at that point as well, so he looks the part.
Yeah, exactly. The bit that's missing in the that's in the book, that's not in the not in the film, is a whole monologue about him being a pirate. So there's obviously space ninjas. There's got to be ninjas versus pirates somewhere.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but so he's he has technically he is technically a space pirate. Pirate, not parrot.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, it's listed down here that Richard B. Riddick, aka Riddick, is a pirate because he's done piracy. He's stolen ships. He's
Well, that wasn't kind of his raison d'etre, though, was it? It was literally he was just trying to escape, so he stole the ship in order to do it. So I'm not so sure he's a pirate, really.
Well, no, not entirely sure, but there you go. So, I think that's a fairly comprehensive list of pirates, don't you?
Yar!
Yar! Do you think there's any additional pirates we should be adding?
Nar!
No, we haven't missed anyone.
Nar!
Are we going to do what we did last time and listen out for the tears of the people screaming at us?
Yar!
Lovely.
Yar, people, yes.
This has been the
Star Wars.
No idea.
There were pirates in Star Wars.
No.
We've done them all.
Maybe Greedo.
Maybe Greedo. Who definitely shot for a star.
I don't know who he's shooting, though. And I don't know why I'm starting to sound a bit like the BFG with a sore throat. Oh, I've got another one.
Yeah, scrumdiddly-unctious.
Transformers.
Oh, God, not again.
Yeah. Cannonball.
Who? Cannonball?
Yeah.
They weren't in Transformers, were they?
Exactly, yeah. Cannonball. Yeah,
Cannonball.
a Decepticon space pirate, apparently. There you go. To Google.
Yeah. Again, the Llama God will be yelling at the screen.
Transformers Cybertron character, apparently.
Oh my God, it's horribly coloured, so it's one of those Generation 2 things, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm still trying to
Google
Google it.
Into a van.
As all good pirates do.
Oh my God. A robot with a grudge to bear against both Autobot and Decepticon.
Yeah.
Part-time bounty hunter, full-time arms master of the Star Seekers. Who? And he's got a wee badgie that isn't the Decepticon. All the Autobots, it's green.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Get him.
He's got purple on him, so Anne-Marie will be interested.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so Star Seekers must be Decepticons as well.
He neither has a wooden leg nor an eye patch, so I'm just
my God. Have you actually taken a good look at that Transformers symbol?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It's
like
weird.
Sort of Decepticon-ish, but with grass. I don't know.
With grass.
It's got into pot in a big way.
Yeah.
I expect that's the badge they'd use.
And it's got a skull on it.
Oh, I suppose it's supposed to be the skull and crossbones, but with a Decepticon skull, isn't it?
Yeah. Just up. I think the picture you're looking at is probably the upside down bit where he's standing up and you're looking at his back.
No, you got both. The one I'm looking at is both the truck and the robot form.
Yeah. So if you turn the thing around, it's a skull. There you go.
Yeah.
Arr. Yeah, there's another one called Crumple Zone, apparently.
He should really have transformed into a sailing ship, clearly, but never mind.
Well, you would have thought, but that would be useless. And who would have a transformer that transforms into something useless?
Useless. Well, yeah. Jeff, you're right, Jeff. He's jammed again. Bloody Jeff.
Yeah.
Try thumping him.
All right, then. Well, I think we should leave it there, then. Now,
we're getting far too self-referential.
Yeah, I was going to say, definitely. So have we missed any pirates? Do you know of any space pirates? Do you think there's a space pirate we've missed and should be mentioned?
Nah.
Space pirates. Yeah. Yeah. I don't. What was that guy called?
I don't know. He was the space pirate. That was his name.
Yeah.
He was destined to be a space pirate because he was christened Space Pirate.
No, there was space pirate. Hold on, I'm gonna find it now.
We have to play out to the tune.
Yeah, we have to. Space Pirates children's series on CBBC.
It was so cool.
Yeah, played by.
There were some space pirates in Galloping Galaxies. I seem to remember.
Oh Jesus! You and Galloping Galaxies. Captain DJ. That was
Captain DJ. That's it. Captain DJ and his crew.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh man. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the theme tune was written by former Busted keyboardist Chris Banks.
Who?
Busted. You know,
who?
Exactly, never mind. And Chris Moyles popularised the song by playing it on his breakfast show.
Well, he can just fuck off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Acts that appeared on the Pirate Show were now you're gonna.
Everybody back in the day.
The London Community,
the Blue Man Group. I remember the one with the Blue Man Group was fantastic.
Yep, that's it.
They did it, because they made no concessions for being on a children's show whatsoever.
Yeah, that's it. Katie Tunstall. Then we had the Beach Boys.
Really? They resurrected them?
No, well, they just had the video. McFly. You had
McFly.
Yeah. The Jingles with the Rolling Stones. She's a Rainbow. Blue Man Group. REM. Shiny Happy People. God, yeah, this was introducing
I remember
kids.
the Blue Man Group one. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Video. Bob Sinclair. Blimey. The Police Walking on the Moon.
Yes, but that wasn't actually the Police.
No, it's the video, because they used to show a video. Then they used to have jingles, which were the song by the Jingles.
They used to have a band that they played out to, and they were actually in the studio with them, didn't they?
That's right, yeah. So Jamelia, sorry. Venga,
Jumanji?
Yeah, the Venga Boys. Oh my God.
Venga Boys.
There you go. Yeah, they had them all.
Yeah, Chaz and Dave.
Yeah. Chaz and Dave, yeah. God.
Darren Diamond.
Oh, no.
That was the one that was never broadcast.
Never went to air. Never went to air, that one. Yeah. He rocked up. He literally stood up, and they just cut the feed.
Yeah.
That was when they stopped. That's when they stopped doing them live.
Cut the transmission.
Shut them down and show order.
I want to live in a universe where Darren Diamond did Space Pirates. It was the money the BBC had to pay out in compensation claims was just unbelievable. Blimey, they had all sorts. They had videos of Christina Aguilera at the car wash or something. We're back on the booty call.
Yeah, we are back on that. So anyway, let's move on. Let's move away. So, moving away from that, have we missed any? Can you think of any? Do you want to just tell us how wrong we are for missing out Captain Harlock? And other pirates? Do let us know. Get on the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/space-dog-jury, or get on the Twitter and give us a good trolling.
Yes, tweak our Twitter.
Tweak our Twitter, which is @space-dog-jury. Yes, and also, don't forget now, for those of you following along with the main episode, that we have a public version of our scoreboard.
You fool.
Yeah, I know.
What possessed you?
You can't make it.
Secrets are revealed.
You cannot change any of the scores. It's all locked down. But there is a public sheet which is just duplicating our original sheet, which we can edit. You can't. And look at the pinned post on the Twitter feed, or look on the pinned post on the Facebook group. So that's it. So just to wrap up, Pete, do you want to promote your stuff, sir?
Yes, I do a podcast on Transformers. No, wait, that's not right. On Star Trek.
On Space Pirates.
Yes. We have indeed covered the Space Pirates episode, but no, we're currently covering Deep Space Nine on the old broadcast.
Lovely. And not the Blue Man Group on Space Pirates on CBS.
No, for shame.
See, that'll be it. The Borg cast will become the Pirate cast.
Yar.
The R-cast. R-cast. Anyway, and you can hear me every week from Wednesday onwards on the Black Dog podcast with Elton and Jim and Darren, and that's at blackdogpodcast.com and also on iTunes. Right, well, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for indulging us in another emergency minisode. please pull the emergency cord for another minisode, and hopefully we'll be back with a full episode next week. So, until next time, thanks very much for listening, and I'm pretty sure we missed a really big space pirate, and I can't remember what one it is. It's Lone Star! From Spaceballs. That was it. Yeah. There you go. Bye.
Punch it, Chewie.
Hey, wow. Being a pirate is a horrendous thing. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You're har. Wind at your back, lads, wherever you go. Blue sky above and blue ocean below. You are a pirate. You are a pirate.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon.
Who?